Alright, so step 2. Philsbrin here. I'm just sitting on Philsbrin doing these steals. So the vehicles were the first ones. We got tools next here. So this episode, this little spot I'll do is I'll go through the tools, show you what's in there, and show you what I use. Moving on. Don't forget to like, subscribe, say hello. Have a great day and enjoy. So we're gonna go to trailers. Sorry, we're already over in this thing here. Trailers, pretty much, most of these are really good. I do, for smaller, quick ones, Joskin, I love that guy. It's stable, standard. Problem is with the TLX 2020, I've had a heck of a time keeping it straight. I don't know what it is with the two. They don't seem to mash up all the well. Works great with any other ones. The truck does. But the bigger ones you get, of course, the smaller the vehicle, it does kind of swirl on me. But yeah, Joskin, I like that one. It's good, it's short, but yet 31,000 liters isn't too bad to start off with. Then to go full steam, all the way at the end here, I like the Riley Christie bad boy. Boom. Put this guy down to the capacity. Boom. 300,000 liters. You can't beat that. I mean, seriously, it's just crazy. There's so many other options in here, too. I like these. I've really been getting into the IT runner stuff. It's so many options. You get one truck and buy a bunch of trailers and just grab everything. Or even get this little boppy there, right there, the hook lift there. But auger wagons don't use. Just have several of them in here, obviously, but I don't use. Don't know why. Just one of those things. Headers, like I was showing you earlier. Tool height ones, and I like those. Potato stuff don't use. Potato harvester, corn headers. Same thing with the corn header. If you scroll down, boom. Tool height for controllers for harvesters. And of course, you want to get the biggest one usually. And you can change colors. Go olive. Go crimson. Ooh, it looks bloody. But anyway, so there's those. Beat Technologies, sugar cane. I don't want to talk about that. Some of these are great. Some of them not so much. Cotton. It's nice because you can do, if you get this guy here, you get 2 bales. But you have the options. Ooh, what? Well, that's round bales. Okay, that's fine. I was like, what's going on here? But so yeah, the biggest one you can do 2 bales. And then disc harrows, I don't use much of. I started using a few of them here because I like this harrow wing. They take a lot of horsepower. It's 400 horsepower for that thing. 16 meters, but you can also change the color. So like when I was doing Kiwi Island, or Old Kiwi Farm, I went in here, and so you can actually change this to whatever brand you want to put on there. So I was doing a Kloss farm. I put Kloss on there. Where is it at? Right there. But you could change it to the Kloss colors, like boom, red. Main color. Boom. That's just cool. So that's the only reason why I was using the cultivators. This is another John Deere Spectacle. I have the 2 options, Case and John Deere. As you can see, the slot count's higher and the price is higher, but the horsepower is a little bit higher too. But still, I mean, less than 100 horsepower for a 12 meter. I mean, we go here to 7 meter. That's 400 horsepower. Why would you not get one of these, right? So it's only 2.6 meters difference, but bigger fields, I'll use the heck out of that John Deere. And as you can see, it folds up, which is kind of nice. It doesn't fold up too tight. Neither one of them do. So you do need to have a little bit of a wide area, but they're fantabulous. Plow. Back to John Deere again. As I said, it doesn't have to be, but it just makes for a tighter deal. These are nice. They're recently added not too long ago. As you can see, 15 slots for that, and these are 4 and 5. I mean, 26, 22 meters. These things don't fold up too tight, though, so be careful with those if you do use them. I'm sure most of you already have, but this one's a nice one, too, for 7 meters, kind of in between. It does fold up, but not too tight. This one folds up on the ends, so you have the spots there. I've gotten it hooked on so many things, so it's kind of hard with those hooks sticking out like that. But it still works out. And this guy, no, well, maybe this one does not fold, or does this one? Oh, it does not look like this one folds. There's no crease there. That's a bummer. It's 7 meters sticking out on you. Power harrows don't use. Subsweaters don't. Nope, didn't put anything there. Cedars. There's a lot of base game stuff is great, but I have to go to the end here and crap. Now these ones I just added recently, but this one, same thing with the color frame I'd used for the cloth colors. For the, special things there. The case ones are awesome. You got 8.7, 4.3, but these horse 12 meters and 10,000 liters of both seed and fertilizer. I don't remember. I think it's 5 and 5, but they're fantastic. You got this guy here, which is standard, where you can do some, which actually goes even faster, which is kind of funny. But this one also does the additional penetration. The direct seed, there you go. So those ones are great. Yeah, and then most of the standard game stuff again, but so yeah, that's fantastic. Fertilizers. These are great. Don't get me wrong. This one you don't get the narrow. This one you can get the narrow tires if you're using a crop destruction, which is nice. You don't have to get all stuck in there. And of course, the standard ones. And here's that John Deere I was telling you about. The dry box goes outside. Now, this guy, AT Studio, just put in recently. Very, very, very low usage, which is really nice. And it's not super widespread, but it works out really nice. There's so many options on here too. You get the colors again, same thing. But apparently he's trying to do a little bit of everything, which is cool. I mean, this guy gets a 36-meter spread, 10,000 liters of stuff, but it's pretty heavy duty. And then these are just some more that you can just actually add the color changes, and that's what I did them for. And then the Euro, that Riley Christie. These ones are not bad, but be careful and definitely put a weight on the front of your vehicle. If you haven't tried it yet, once you start filling up, whoop, back end flips up. It's pretty interesting, to say the least. Crop protection, same deal here. Some of these, same thing on the end here, just for the color change up on them. And there's your John Deere boom. So if you get that truck, that tractor, and just start using these, got a couple different options, which is pretty cool. Planters are going the same route. A lot of them are pretty basic, really good stuff. I actually am playing a gameplay on Mr. Farmer Klein. Fantastic person, great community, awesome. Follow a lot of his stuff. We do convoys and all kinds of stuff like that. So many great people in this community. It's going to be amazing going forward to the next generation of the community. So, but I started using this because we have a lot of base game stuff in the new Eastern Shores maps. If you're on PC, check it out. It's awesome. Don't take my word for it. Check it out yourself. It's awesome. CS 102, or sorry, CCS 101. Boy, I was way off. Modding, he made it. It's a 4X map on the Eastern Shore of the United States. It's pretty cool. It looks like there's a lot of water, and I'm not played on 4X maps much, so when I'm looking at the fields, oh, they don't look too bad. Once I get down, I'm like, oh my god, that's huge. So I use this because it's ginormous. We didn't have this stuff past here, all these extra add-ons, but these guys here, I mean, obviously, I've only used this like once, and it's just way too big for what I do. So these horse ones, again, 9,000. So I think the other ones are 10, right? These are 9,000, 18 and 12 meters. So, and this quad tank's really nice because this does another 4,500 liters of whatever you want, either fertilizer or seed. These I just put in recently for something else, but so that's those manure spreaders I don't use either. Same thing here. There's IT runner stuff, and there's a couple of these guys here, but slurries, same thing. I don't use slurries. I think there's some John Deere. Yeah, there's the IT runner things. Horse, a horse is a horse, of course. I thought there was a John Deere. Slurry's better. Okay, maybe it's in the game I'm playing, but either which way, there's stuff in there. Weeders, don't normally use these either. I had the hand weeder for a small garden, but windrowers, all these are pretty fantastic, and the bigger you get, obviously, but I still really like this one, depending on how you're using it, so you can actually hook something on the back there. So I saw this on Farmer Klein. I didn't even know it was available. He was talking about it he's on PC when I was still on console too. It folds open out this way, so as you're pulling it, it just scoops it to the center, and you can throw a baler on the back there, and just boom, good. It's pretty awesome. Tethers, just general basic stuff. Except a lot of these are just for other role plays things I was working on. But they're pretty cheap on tethers. So I mean, even the biggest one here, 11.2 meters, is 24 grand. It's not bad, 24 and a half. Mowers, there's such a variety. This one's really cool. I just learned this recently. I mean, I know, right? I mean, I've only been playing the game not even a year yet, but still. As you can see, there's 2 3-points on it, one on each side, which is really cool because you can actually attach this guy to the front of it. Actually, I'll show you real quick. It took me a minute. I didn't realize you could do that, but it was pretty cool. We'll just grab this guy here first off. But yeah, so if you go here and grab, so you can grab this guy from either side, actually. Whoa, hey, dropped it. Maybe I should sell that guy back, huh? Whoops. So you can grab this from either side there, then you can actually just put this on front here. And boom, there you are. And you can do the whole front thing and have a windrower or a tether on the back if you want to do that. Boom. Just make sure it's about the same size as this, because obviously you're not going to work too well, or at least bigger, at least that size, if not bigger. But yeah, it's pretty fantastic little spielio. Loading wagons, don't use them a whole lot either, but I try to get the biggest one. So the Kloss one's really cool, 53,000 liters. All the Pottingers from the Alpine DLC, good too. Another one there that you can use. Like these guys here, 56, 52. Quite a few options there, which is nice. Balers. Okay, this is a fun one. Depends on what you're going with. I don't care for the round bales much at all. They roll too much. Most of the maps I've played on, they just roll, and then you can't get them. But the square ones are great. Problem is you can't do a wrapper on them, so I really wish there was something you hook on the back and wrap the dog on things and square. But whatever. Then you have to chase after them with that later. These guys are nice, but you have to stop every time. So the best thing on that level, I believe, is... Wait, forward. Right there, bam. Fastballer. I think almost everybody knows about this guy. Fastballer's fantastic. Part of the Merlin Vicon. That one actually... Pinky. You can either change it to whichever one you want. But it'll slow you down as much of what you have. So as you're baling, if you're mowing faster or doing whatever faster than what the bale is able to keep up, it'll slow your pace down, which is really cool. You hit the cruise control and just go. And that's what's fantastic. And it'll wrap it once it's ready, or if you don't have silage bale or grass bales that are coming out, it'll just spit it out, and you don't have to unload or nothing. It just does it for you, which is so great. These Kloss ones are really nice too, but they're just more expensive for sure. Oh yeah, for these guys, V-Grab, this is one of my favorites. I saw Mr. CDP utilizing this, and I was like, yes, please. So now I've used this all the doggone time. Option front loader, telehandler, or wheel loader. And you can actually bring those pegs in, so when you get it, hit well, on console, on PlayStation L1 and X, I believe, pop those up, and then you just have those hooks there. We'll grab onto a bale. I'll show you real quick. Did I just sell back everything? No, I did not. So pretty sure you all know about this already, but this tractor does not. Sorry, that one does not do front load. I forgot about. Alright, so, okay, sometimes the thing falls over, it's a real bear, but the front load, oops, that's not right of the things, that's fantastic. So you pick it up, and as you can see, you got those little spikes, the Bale Spikes, right? Where you click them down, there you go. Let me show you real quick. So see holding that L1, you see it says attach Bale Spikes, boink, boink. And as you can see, they suck up in there if you watch. Doink, doink. So you have them with you all the time, you just don't need them all the time. So then if we do some bales, let's grab a couple bales here, right? You come over here. No, don't knock them. Oh, boy. Well, that was not cool. So you can just do this. Let me start that over. Whatever. So you come up to here, and then when you get close to it, you hit the button, see as attach grab, or grab bales. So when you go away, I hit triangle right now, it doesn't do anything. When I get closer, hit triangle, whoop, those hooks grab it. And you see it on the bottom right, it says Bales. Now, if I did this right in the first place, and you grab more than one, so then you just hit, drop this, automatically pulls it back, so it's pretty cool. So we do this. You can actually turn it and rotate it, it's pretty nice. It's pretty cool. Drop that down, boom. Got a pretty good array of these things, which is really nice. And I mean, like I said, this is fantastic. It is good to keep your fork straightened up a bit, you know, because you want to do that. And now on the bottom right it says 8,000 steps, means I got both those hooked up. Now as you can see, when I lift up, back end's kind of wanting to go a little toity. So we'll drop those down. We'll go ahead and grab all three of these. Be ready to go flying forward. That says 12,000 liters. So we got all of those hooked up. As you can see. Oh, and there we go. So just remember the weight. This is no bueno. Yeah, so these hooks are fantastic. And they're a must. Especially if you're doing any kind of animals or anything. Really, really, really good. Next up, turn that back off real quick there. So yeah, chainsaws, whatever you want on those. I don't really mess with these much too, but animal transport's fairly similar. I just ended up getting this one recently. I done the same thing. A2 Studios. I mean, this is a nice one for the. Oh gosh, what do you call them again? The IT runner. There you go. Doesn't take a lot, but as you can see, this one 30 cows, 56 pigs, and 56 sheep. Yeah, okay. So it takes a lot. This one's a nice, really nice wolves, and too they'll have some options on them. Quite a few less of the cows, obviously. Same thing with it. But for volume, yeah, it depends on what kind of farm you're doing. But there's so many different options here. Animals here. I do like the Joskin base game, you know, that stuff's great. This here, these are nice to have and they're really cheap, which is nice. Plus they'll come with the Bale Spikes. Make sure you get the right one. So, I mean, what's that? I can't even think of what the heck that SSL is now. That's the skid steer loader. There you go. Front end loader, telehandler. Make sure you get the right ones. What I do is I like to see these ones are nice too down here, but personally, see some of these balers are good. I just like to use a bigger silo mixture. These are awesome for animal transport. I use them for eggs and wool. The milk one I usually just put in a trailer. The trailers are much bigger, and this is really slow unloading it. But the wool, I'll just get because you have to use a pallet to utilize with these. So if you go to the pallets. Animal pallets here. So you just use these. See, it says unload zone. You stick these in where the stuff spawns. See, it got sheep on there for those, eggs, and then it has the wool and eggs. So what you do with these, you face it down, and I just park the trailer right behind here, so it'll automatically come onto here, shoot on the trailer. Hit here, boom, straight to the trailer. So that way, I don't have to worry about it. It's awesome. It's great. Same thing, IT runner. This is one of the newer mods that just came out. Same thing as the Joskin 7,600. This is 32,000 liters. Way different, so it's much better. And then we have the Econo eggs. That goes with the egg dealio from what you been calling the thingamajig from the Black Eyes modding. Pallet trailer. This is my favorite for the bales. Oh yeah, this is fantastic. You can unfold this 8 bales. You can stick 4 in each. I'll just go ahead and I'll show you. So you can go ahead and get on this feller here like this. Unfold it. Takes a minute, yes, but you can put 4 bales on each side, laying next to each other. So don't want to do that. So like if you have these here, for instance. Oh, come on, now I want them to tip over. Come on, figures. Now I want them to tip over, they're not tipping over, so yeah. There we go. But the reason why I'm doing that is because of this here. So you can get them from the side like this. Just stick them on here and it'll just pick them up, stand them up on end. Oops. Technical malfunction. Oh yeah. Sorry, it's an 8010T. If you don't know what it is, you're probably one of them. No, I'm joking. Anyway. Obviously you want to get a little straighter or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But drop that on there, boom. And then when you get the 4 on each side, so you get 8 of them on there, you hit this, get back in here, hit that button, it just stands them up. Now obviously, you know, I kind of keep them off to the side, but they'll just put them right next to each other and boom, they'll stand up together. And boom, you'll have, it'll keep telling you 4,000 because it just hits each one at a time. Stand up to there, and then see the chute right there. Straw comes shooting out there. Once you get in the straw trigger, it's pretty fantabulous. Oops. And then, so yeah, that's great thing on that one. Let's see. Forestry, don't use again. Same type of deal in forestry, except for that. That thing's fantastic. Takes a minute. Sometimes you have to lift it back up and drop it back down on top of the stump to kill the stump, or put it off onto the side, and it'll catch it, so it's pretty good. Haven't used this guy yet. Heard it's pretty good, but yeah, I have to check it out too. But just don't do forestry also. Levelers, don't use either. Don't really have anything in there. Front wheel stuff, same deal here. This is only 940, so I do have, yeah, the here. AMG. I know there's more things. This is just one I've put through in here recently. On a kind of a bummer side, if I leave the game and come back in, usually it's tucked down, flipped over, so it's kind of weird. But this guy here, this fork, along with this, it's 1,500, so you get several hundred more for the scoopage. And there's more things. Yeah, there's some of the stuff just added in here, but same thing. So 1450 is not bad. But all right, so front loaders don't use, but that thing is huge. Oh, it's 3,000. It's not huge. Oh, this is the one I was telling you about. As you can see, the center piece, you can actually slide it back and forth. Was it that one? I think it was, yeah. It'll actually rotate it'll slide the fifth wheel back and forth, which makes it a little easier to work with. Skid steer loaders don't use. Telehandlers, buckets pretty good too, same type of deal. The bag setup pretty good. Loaders don't use. Header trailers don't use. Weights, same thing, pretty basic stuff. I'm using something else. See, belt systems I don't use, just basic things on there. Miscellaneous. Hold on. Sorry, gonna talk a little too fast. Blah. Platform goes with the Alpine DLC, which is still pretty cool. It's got there's a lot of good stuff around here. A2 Studios when he did his Fertilizer. He did the snow and the salt sprayer too. It's pretty cool. And of course, the beds for the 8200 or 82. Sorry, TLX 2020. There you go. That's the words that I was trying to say. And I mean, as you can see, there's so many different options here. It's crazy how much stuff he's got on these. Okay, anyway. I mean, even these. Oh, sorry, this is TLX. It's for the spraying. On PC, there's a mod where you can do instant wash. Pretty cool, but this one's nice. I used to have the nozzle one, and Looney Farm guy when we were doing our Rob and Lindy show. He was talking about this, and I'm like, oh, that's not bad. Sure enough, it's cheaper and it's about the same. You know? This is pretty good. I still don't use it a whole lot because it's harder to figure between these two, hooking them together. It works out well. This one I couldn't figure out for the life of me. I don't know why I stopped in there. Couple lizard buckets. I like that FS19 one. It's kind of funny. These guys, same thing, something I added. This is really nice, especially if you want to do a little more fast farm type stuff. Throw this trailer hitch on the back of your tractor. Most of the stuff you can actually get, because basically you can. Let me show you right quick on this guy too. So as you can see, it's right here. Oh, yeah. Detach there, and then what you do is you just take this. I mean, you have an option to either do this one or you can actually pick it up too, which is really nice. Throw it. So you just back up to this. If you do it right, wink, right there. So with that, you can put a vehicle or a trailer on the back here. It'll hook up to that instead. But you can also do this. Go to the right thing. So if you're using a cultivator or a plow or something, not all of them work. But it's hard to do if you can't get the fast forward or fast farming thing to work. You know, the fold portion. You get this guy. It's really fantastic. Darby 53 was the one that mentioned it. He showed and he talked to a lot of people, and there's several people that have done these too, but you can actually just use this, start off, lift it up, and whoop, it thinks it's up in the air, but yet it's actually still down, so you're flying at the actual speed of the vehicle. It's great. So that's good. That's a cool one. Go back over here. Miscellaneous has a lot of stuff, really good stuff in there. So milling machine, especially for manure and stuff. Oh man, it's so much easier to clean out of there. So that's a really nice one too. Throw that on the tractor with the big trailer in the back. Suck it right up. Just all salt equipment, winter stuff, yeah. IT runner things too, like I was using recently. This here too, this tank. Whew. Yeah, 120,000 liters. Sorry, I had 12 on. So 120,000 liters of liquid was really nice. And there's these IT runner parts. Most of these work better with the productions that they have too on some of their maps, but yeah. And that's it for those. So moving on.